Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Oh, man, why are you so shy? You fucking talking a bitch. Get your fucking phone.
You are listening to a lost episode of Two Strangers, One Podcast. This is the first time it's being aired. This episode was recorded June of 2012. Sit back and enjoy the show.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Attention, human. I am Optimus Prime. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Go to iTunes now and subscribe. For Android users, we are available on the Stitcher app for Google. Now, here's Chris and Kristen. Transform and roll out.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
And what I love about this show is that beginning.
Now I make a picture is Mark Wahlberg.
I make the beginnings, and that movie that song has a special place in my heart. But Kristen, who is not a nerd, knows this song from Boogie Nights.
Yes. I was like, I know it from somewhere, and you're like, well, maybe you heard it from...
Yeah, I know it from Stan Bush singing in the Transformers movie soundtrack,
the original one. Boogie Nights, the porno movie. Mark Wahlberg.
And because it was...
Dirk Diggler.
But it was Dirk Diggler, but that was supposed to be like the mid-'80s or late 70s?
I think late 70s.
Okay.
I don't know, actually.
Because...
I know it's around, okay, we'll say in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Well, late 70s.
Each decade kind of bleeds into the other. Like, you know, like early 70s is kind of like late 60s.
All the same, right?
Early 80s. You know, before we got new wave and hip-hop, it was still disco floating around.
Yeah,
I mean, the original hip-hop or rap bands like Sugar Hill Gang, they stole their beat from a disco song.
Right.
You know, boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Even on the metalhead, I'm...
Boom, boom, boom.
And so, because...
So I always just think of Dirk Diggler now that I hear that song. I can picture him sweating and, like, all hopped up on coke, dancing, doing the song. Great movie.
Yeah, because, I mean... And
70s and 80s, I guess.
70s and 80s, Boogie Nights, because I mean, disco. Well, when I think boogie, I think disco. So
right.
Disco was still pretty big in the early 80s. I mean, the Transformers movies didn't come out to 86. You take the fact that it's an animated movie, they probably started working at in like 85, maybe 84. So you still kind of have that early 80s,
influence
70s
there.
Still bleeding into it. You know, and I mentioned this before. My god brother, who was a bodybuilder, Miss New York 1982. He was a bouncer at Studio 54 back in those early heydays, and I still have it around here somewhere. I have like a actual $100 gambling chip from Studio 54.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know if it has any real value now, but you know, I mean,
sell that for
but it was like before they shut down Studio 54. That was my god brother used to work the door there. And he was, like I said, he was a bodybuilder, big dude, you know. And he just gave it to me one night. I mean, like I said, I don't know if he got it, if it had any value the night he gave it to me, but, you know, I guess now it's more of a memorabilia.
Yeah.
You know, I guess you have to take my word for it that it got But it's kind of old. You could tell it's not new.
That's what you decided to make fake, like Studio.
A Studio 54 $100 gambling chip.
You know, I just decided one day. Now, actually, my grandma, who I mentioned before in the past, who's now like 80-something, I think 86 or 87, she always, ever since she lost her husband, which I was like 6 at the time, so it's been years, she loves to go out dancing. Like, you know, like the swing bands and all that sort of thing, not like Studio 54 type things. So her and her friends always like to go out dancing. So when Boogie Nights came out, they thought it was a dance movie. So her and her older friends... It was going to be like a Saturday Night Fever. Her and her older friends went to the movie theaters and actually stayed throughout the whole thing and realized that, you know, she's telling me, she's like, there wasn't a lot of dancing in it. And I'm like, Grandma, it was it's about a porn star. She's like, yeah, we figured that out, like, towards the middle. I'm like, you didn't figure it out.
Hey, she paid her ticket, I mean.
I know, she wanted to see some dancing.
I'm pretty sure she enjoyed the end.
You know, exactly, yeah. And did you like Mark Wahlberg's wiener at the end? That's when she figured out it was a porn movie. But she's like, there wasn't just a lot of dancing. It just wasn't there. Like, Couldn't
I get it. The name is deceiving. Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
I would think it's a
bunch of old broads going in there to watch some disco moves. So funny.
We went to go see it again.
Yeah. I'm going every day this week. All right, Graham. What you do on your own time? Keep it to yourself.
You have to teach me how to use DVD players.
Right. That's another thing. She wants to learn. We did all her, for Christmas, we did like all the home, basically film strips from her movies as like them, as my parents as kids, as my mom as a kid. So it's all like on like
Super 8 8mm.
Yeah, so like we converted it all to a DVD. And for her Christmas
now, did you do it yourself or did you have like a service
you think I did it myself? I can barely work with you. We had some guy that
service did it, okay.
They're like House of Guitars. They had some guy that we know. I don't know. I didn't take
another
all of
techie
it.
like me.
Yeah, exactly. And he did it real cheap, and he had it, in time for Christmas, which was awesome. And now it's like for the past month after Christmas, it was like, can you just come over and show me how to put the DVD in the play? And I was like, one time we had to stop over our house and go there. This is how you do it. Okay, this is how you change. Oh, I'm like, we can't win. We made it simpler, but still can't figure out the DVD player. I had to write it all down in steps, and it still didn't help.
I did that with my mom. I actually put like whiteout on the buttons that my mom needs to press on the controller. But you know what it is? My mother got a different TV and just unplugged the DVD player, and now it's sitting on it's sitting behind, because her old TV was the old-fashioned TV, the fat one. Yeah. And she actually got a flat screen now. And so the DVD player is now jammed in the empty space behind the flat screen. Yeah, it was like a cheap, it's one of the smaller flat screens, so my mom got it inexpensive. But the DVD player is not even hooked up anymore.
She wonders why it doesn't work. Not even turning on, Chris.
But she doesn't, and the funny thing is my mom actually has not a lot of DVDs. I mean, my mom has, and, I bought her, like, one of my mom's favorite movies is, like, West Side Story. I'm like, here, you can watch it or whatever, and she just... Yeah, it went right over her head. It's so
frustrating to them. I'm like, I don't know what to do for you anymore.
And, I mean, I taught her how to use it to play music, so she could listen, because my mom likes to listen to music when she cleans the house, and my mom's constantly cleaning. But then, once my mom discovered the Music Choice channel on cable,
that's a big deal.
Now my mom, she doesn't even care about the DVD player. That's why it's jammed in the back collecting dust.
I have a whole channel now dedicated to this.
Yeah, and because you know what it is, I mean, you listen to the stations in New York, and it's like, Spanish radio is just like American radio, where you hear the same fucking song
over and over.
At least Music Choice tries to be different. I guess they have a bigger pool, and there's no politics, no advertising.
Yeah, I wonder how that does work, because they do have a wide variety.
Yeah, I mean, I catch myself, I put it on the metal station, and sometimes, for someone, I try to say I'm well versed, and like I put on the music, I hear people, who the fuck is this? I think I'm hip, and see, that's like technology, and we were having this conversation, we ran out to this today's still my birthday from the last episode. We ran out, we grabbed some Kentucky Fried Chicken. I stopped by the supermarket and grabbed some soda. And I got stuck behind this woman that was like baffled by
the card swipe thing.
The card swipe thing. And then unfortunately because the local supermarket's running like a Monopoly promotion, and
like a coupon thing.
So the cashier has to tell every customer, and as soon as she started telling her about the Monopoly, I was like, oh fuck! I mean,
way over the head.
Yeah, I ran in. I literally had everything that I needed on my way in. Like on my way in, I passed the Mountain Dew display. I grabbed 2 2-liters. I grabbed some slices of cake, which was right by the cashier. I had everything in the time it took me to walk around.
You're in the express lane. It's always the express lane where they just get jammed up. And they just don't get it.
I'm wondering if I mean, I like to think I'm hip. And, I try to, and look, it's podcasting. This is the wave of the future.
Exactly. See, we're ahead.
So, is there going to be a time where there's technology that baffles us, that confuses us?
I think
like a DVD player confuses our parents?
I think since we've kind of, I know I have I was kind of probably around 12 or so when AOL and all that started coming out, and I got really used to using a computer. Mm-hmm. So I got used to that at a young age. So I think us being exposed to it kind of young, that we'll be able to catch on quick as time goes on. I mean, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I mean... I know our parents has seen a lot. I mean,
right?
Because shit, our parents growing up, like my mom growing up had a black and white TV. There was no such thing as color TV, and then
they had like TV 3 channels and
and then you got cable and VHS.
Yeah, so they've
players.
seen a lot, and I think if you didn't, like, if my parents didn't get exposed to it and actually learn how to use it, they would be stuck. Like, they wouldn't know how to do the TV and everything.
And things are accelerating exponentially. Like, you know what I'm saying? So imagine by the time we get old, the shit that we're going to see. The shit that right now to us is stuff in science fiction.
Yeah.
Using a computer where you're just waving your fingers in the air or and that's good. I don't think, I would like to think that I'm never going to be behind on technology, but I'm going to be one of those people like, I'm happy with my phone.
I'm okay with my phone.
I don't need the holographic dialer, please. I don't need the internet 5.0.
You're still using an ATM card, and there's like something totally new, and you're like, no. Like my dad.
All you got to do
refuses to get a debit card. Refuses. He has a credit card and all that. Refuses to get an ATM card or debit. Still uses a check at the grocery store. I'm like, come on, just stop. He's like, well, now I know where it's going. Cause I guess one time when he got an ATM card for like a week, somebody got a hold of it. Is what happened. Somebody. Boy. And, he got his money back with whatever they took. But ever since
it's probably a huge hassle,
Yeah, ever since that, he's like, no, I'm sticking with my checks. I've never had a problem. I'm like,
well,
it's
gonna,
one of those.
Probably going to be the future. It's going to be like the chip that's in your hand.
Yeah.
And when you want to pay for something, you just swipe it over the machine. And, like, we're going to be like, I don't want a fucking chip in my hand.
I forgot what I was watching the other day. And I don't know if they were coming off of the E3 thing. I guess that just happened.
Yeah,
right?
the E3, yeah.
So I don't know if the person was talking about that. I'm guessing that was the convention they were talking about because he said there's this new thing that he thought was really cool. It was like it's a chip that you put in, and I think he said your bloodstream, or it's either way, it's in your body, whether it's your bloodstream or what, and it will automatically tell your body, your brain, if you're low on iron, low on fiber, like just low on anything. It tells your brain that you're low on it, and then you like go and get it. Like, I'm like that is some crazy shit. Like now I got this chip in me that's telling me what to do.
There is that technology, and our kids will be like, "Oh, come on, you're so old."
You don't know about the chip?
Look, we went to the doctor.
Yeah.
You're crazy. All you have to do is wave your hand in front of the computer.
And it tells you what you're low on or something along those lines.
It's like Bluetooth capable.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want a chip in me. I'm fine.
The reading comes out on the screen.
It's like taking over my body, and I'm like a robot.
And see,
killing the president.
We're already the old people. Like, I'm not putting a chip in my hand.
I'm not putting a chip in my body.
What are you doing with that archaic plastic card? What are you, retarded? You have to sit there and swipe it. And what if you leave your card at home? And all you got to do is wave your hand, little Bluetooth-enabled subdermal chip. Now, I know they do have that for animals.
If you lose them?
It's,
yeah, my little puppy's got it. I don't know.
The way it was described to me is it's the size of a grain of rice.
Yeah, I know. I hear it's really small, but I don't know where it is.
You wave the wand. I think it's like between your shoulder blades, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know that's where they put it, but
it's like and all it is it's super simple because all it does to really read is the serial number.
Okay.
Then they take that serial number, they go on like this database, national database, and
type it in.
You're registered in the database.
Yeah.
So in case they find your dog or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Like, and it is, they were talking about it like if you had something in your hand. Because I don't want my information on it.
Right. I don't like that stuff.
Like
Big Brother
if you're someone. You're allergic to penicillin.
Yeah.
That on a subdermal chip, the EMTs come, they wave a wand over your hand, okay.
If they can't talk, like if they're
if you're passed out in the street,
you don't have to wear the medical bracelet.
Yeah.
Type thing, like you just, okay.
This guy's allergic to penicillin, he's a type O negative.
That would be good, but I don't want like my info, my address.
Yeah.
My credit card number, that would somehow get hacked. My computer chip gets hacked somehow.
Yeah. And hey, we get issued a number at birth. We have our social security numbers, so what's not to say it's like your social security number.
We're screwed.
And then you hear like thefts, like they cut off a guy's hand. Like identity theft is going to be cutting out your hand.
Type thing, like
a guy goes on a crime spree for like a day with this.
He stole my identity. Well, how do you do it? Well, I'm missing my hand. He took my chip. Well, everybody's trying to get everyone's chip.
And police cannot identify the body because the hand was removed from the corpse.
Oopsie, my bad.
So I guess
fired.
The technology is coming. That it's stuff that we will draw the line. Like, no, I'm not getting a fucking chip in my body.
I don't want that. It's a foreign object in my body. My body's gonna reject it. What if your body rejects it?
Come on, Grandma. People have artificial hearts.
I know.
Right? People have hearing aids. And
I'll get like an aneurysm because of the chip. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Come on, Grandpa. People get the ear implants, the cochlear implants and stuff like that. You're worried about a stupid chip. A chip isn't even doing anything. It's just sitting there, Grandma.
Stupid. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm on the outs. I draw the line at the chip. And that's that. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Like I said, I guess we have come to the line that we will draw.
I mean, if everyone's doing it, I might be persuaded, but I feel like people are going to be like, I want that shit in my body.
Yeah, it's going to be... I remember in my day where your internet, your television, and your phone were 3 separate things and 3 separate bills. And
now you got the bundle package.
Yeah, and, now, it's going to be the future of TV. The internet is going to be on the TV, and it's going to be all whole one thing. It's going to be no gaming system. It's going to be...
it's all going to be one thing.
All streaming off the cloud.
Yes.
Every TV is going to be Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
See, I like going to the movies. Like, I like that experience. I hate how expensive it's gotten, but, generally I just like going to the movies. And it's going to die soon. Like, there's going to be no more movie theaters soon.
Yeah,
So I
don't know if they'll go away, but it'll probably go out of vogue. It'll be like, like nobody goes to the museum nowadays.
Right.
It's going to be like an archaic. Why would I want to, Grandpa, why would I want to go to sit with a bunch of strangers
right here?
when I have this 60-inch... Because, now the new thing coming out with TVs is where they have no edge.
What do you mean
where the glass ends,
that's it.
That's the edge of the screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
So it's
supposed to give you the movie theater illusion?
Well, no, but it's just, like, people are going to, like, what we consider flat screens, our kids are going to laugh at us because it's going to be
this
when you turn it off, it's going to be a clear piece of glass.
Wow.
Maybe even a piece of artwork behind it.
Like my face. Just my face behind it. TV's off.
Big Brother's watching.
Because what my sister got was one of the projectors, and they were so excited it's going to be this huge projection. So it's like basically a big screen. It sucked, man. They, thought it was so cool. I go to their apartment. If it's sunny out, you can't see shit.
You're fucked, yeah.
I was like, you spent all this money on this piece of crap, and now they, moved rooms, so it was like, now they got to take this huge thing off the thing. I was like, wasted your money.
They're loud because I have a projector.
You like it?
I like it, but see,
if you're in a dark room,
had it in my old house in the basement. I had a finished basement
would be cool.
with no windows.
Yeah, see, they had in their living room.
Yeah, so when you turned off the light in my basement, you were sitting in the dark.
Projection.
But they get loud, because they have the bulb gets super hot, so they got fans on them. The fans are loud. And I mean, not loud. I mean, the one I had, I'd gotten used to it.
Right.
But when I had people over my house,
like
they were like, "Damn, that's loud."
What the hell is that? Yeah.
And they get hot. Like, you can't touch. Like, if you touch anywhere where the bulb was, or where even the vents, you could burn your hand.
Right.
And also the bulbs are expensive.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, now, in my room I have a rear projection TV. It was a gift from my baby's mama, daddy.
Mama, daddy. Thank you.
And
thanks for the gift.
Basically, because he got a lot nicer TV.
Oh, and then he was like, here you go.
Now, when it was still belonging to him, there's a bulb in the back that went out. So, he's going around and people price, and, I think even the cheapest person, was like $180.
Right.
But that was labor and the parts.
Yeah.
I went on eBay. I found the bulb for $90. I went on YouTube.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Someone had an instructional video about it. I mean, I could have figured it out myself because it is relatively simple. I mean, other than the fact that you're opening up a piece of electronics, but it's just a bulb. It's like replacing a bulb. But it's just like, if he didn't have me, he would have probably paid twice than what he paid. And so it's.
Did he say thank you?
Well, he said thank you.
Did he say you're a lifesaver? No, there's always something you can get cheap out there, and you can always find how to do it.
Yeah, and the bulbs. I mean, the bulbs are the bulb was like $90.
Oh yeah, they're expensive.
They're not
like a little bulb you're putting in the ceiling here. Yeah, so projection I think works. Like you said, like you're in the basement, no windows, nothing. That's perfect.
Yeah. Well, what's going to happen in the future? They're going to have windows that have that built-in, and you're totally hearing me pour the soda. I know it's my microphone is just that good. windows that can black themselves out.
Oh yeah.
You know,
already
they have that
those,
now.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
And
they'll become like more publicly used.
yeah,
once
it'll be
people
you
can
hit a
afford them.
switch and boom,
Well,
and
yeah.
it's just gonna be blacked out.
I've seen those with like wealthy people like me. Like celebrities have like where on like the showers. Or like fog, you flip a switch and it fogs like the whole door to the shower or whatever.
Yeah, so you have privacy.
Or you could leave it not fogged.
Put
Put
them on the glass.
Hey. Now we're bringing back to Dirk Diggler.
Well, see, the end of the movie.
Back to Dirk.
Me and my friends used to play this game called Stun.
Okay.
Okay.
Where
Now,
you show your wiener
Stun.
or something?
What was that?
Is it where you show your wiener or something?
Yes and no.
Have you ever seen the movie Waiting? The Waiting where they're always showing the game.
Yeah, they're always trying to pull out their dick
and then like hit them.
Now we never pulled out our dicks. Now, I actually, mind you, my friend Jimmy, rest in peace, Jimmy created Stun way before I ever saw this episode of Malcolm in the Middle. In Malcolm in the Middle, they had it where if you make your finger, your thumb and your pointer finger into the shape of it,
circle, yeah,
and it had to be below your waist somewhere.
Yeah.
If you can get someone to look at it,
then you punch them.
Yeah. Well, with us, it was if you can get someone to look at your dick, it's called a stun.
And then do you punch them with?
Well, no, you would just.
You just yell stun.
Stun is. You know, and once again, here we go. Brace yourselves. I'm about to get offensive. Stun was basically a very homophobic game,
right?
Because I got you to look at my dick, you know. So like, I'd have the controller. Oh, you want the controller? And I'd hold it down there, and then like let's say I was handing it to you, and you can look, stun, and
everybody knows what happens.
Yeah, and my boy Jimmy, what's the
obsession? I mean, you guys just love showing your wieners. Like, you guys love games like that. Like, oh, I got you to look. You got it out, man.
Well, I mean, luckily we never. No, but not a variation of not pulling your dick out. Putting your hand down your pants, but put your thumb out of the zipper hole, and you would turn around.
What's that game?
Well, no, but I'm saying it's like playing Stun because you're gonna notice a piece of flesh coming out of someone's zipper. Now it's just a thumb, it's this little, but like we would turn around and Stun, and any reason to catch. Now the funny thing is that my boy Jimmy
take a shot
invented the game, but he hated getting caught with the stun, and he would deny it. He would deny it. I didn't look. I wasn't looking. He'd throw his head up in the air like he'd look backwards, like I don't know what you're talking about. And
it's like his game. He can't be caught doing
his game, and I'm still talking about it this day. Rest in peace. I mean, the game lives beyond him. That
it still goes on.
And now I'm spreading.
Everyone's still getting stunned.
Now. I mentioned this before. My boy Danny, he was a security guard at Yankee Stadium. Then he moved down to Pennsylvania, and he was a manager at a KFC. He brought that game to Pennsylvania, so people were playing it in Pennsylvania.
It could be nationwide.
So if I can spread the word,
Stun.
There's a game called Stun.
For memory of
and like I said, in memory of my boy Jimmy.
We're spreading Stun.
Jimmy Martinez. Who
show your wiener.
Get ready to take a shot. The funny thing is, Jimmy's family comes from Colombia.
Okay.
And English wasn't their strong suit. So his real name is Jimmy.
Oh.
It's not James.
Right. It's just Jimmy.
It's Jimmy. His birth certificate said Jimmy Martinez. So that his parents didn't know that they gave a nickname
for his real full name, not a formal name.
And so, like if he went to class or something like that, like a teacher would go, James, and he would correct him and say, no, my name is not
bitch,
James.
Stunned.
It's Jimmy.
It's Jimmy.
So, yes, Stun. And like I said, like one of my tattoos, I have a 20-sided dice tattooed on my hand. And that's from playing Dungeons and Dragons, and that was because my boy Jimmy was the dungeon master, and we used to play with him. So I got a 20-sided die on my forearm, tattooed in his
At least
honor.
you didn't get like a wiener and said Stun on it.
Stun. Now
a little different.
Well, oh my God, that'd be awesome. If I could get a tattoo pointing to my dick.
There you go.
Because anybody who's looking at my dick is officially stunned.
Well, of course. So
it would only be girls playing.
Yeah, right. Is that if you were really your ex-wife and stuff like stunned?
Oh yeah, I played Stun with the
with your biddy.
goodly women who've seen me naked.
Yeah, so you just gotta get like a tattoo right above, like that V line right there. Just right.
And the whole, I mean, it doesn't have to be for women. I guess I could technically pull my dick out in public and go,
and it's totally illegal.
I want you to read my tattoo.
I was just showing him my stun tattoo, all right, officer? Yeah, you can totally get away with it because it is a game, you know. They would totally
Not sexual harassment.
Totally turn the other way.
Oh my God! Here's a piece of local news talking about sexual harassment.
Well, what do we got?
There is in this area. It's a place. It's the area is called Victor, and Victor is like the more richer, high class area. It was a hotel in Victor. A 43-year-old guy was arrested for giving his 19-year-old coworker an unwelcome motorboat.
Sorry.
And I think he did it twice. I think the first time,
was it at work? Or
at work, at the hotel.
Oh, at the hotel. That's what you said, yeah.
And
why were they at the hotel together?
What was that?
Why were they... Do they work?
No, they were employees of the hotel.
Oh, okay, so they worked. So it was at work.
So this guy is like 43.
Twice, not once.
And
twice.
but the first time, like, I guess officially he got away with it the first time.
Like you know, get the fuck away from me. All right,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, okay, look.
All right, stop.
And I guess
don't come near me.
If
and then
he didn't get in trouble, he thought it was okay to do it again. My thing is that...
Sorry, she's 19.
And I know she's... of course, she's a victim of... I don't mean to say sexual assault. But,
sorry, girl, I had to laugh.
I have to see this woman now. I have to... I
wonder if I can get a picture of her. I didn't hear that, but that...
It was on the news.
How do you, like...
It's for the local people.
Go into court, if you had to go to court and describe what happened. Well, he came up to me and...
Yeah, the guy's
he
name...
did a boating noise and... Oh, my God.
A motorboat. And
he
I mean,
motorboated me. He was unwanted.
How?
Like, was she flirting with him and he did it? Or was it out of nowhere?
I mean, 19...
When you're 19,
your body's just out there. You got no control on the sexuality that's pulsating from
you. You're oozing sex. You don't even know it.
Her tits drove this 43-year-old man crazy.
Crazy to
the point where
he can't control himself.
And not like. I mean, okay, I'm probably making light of this, and I don't mean to, for people who have actually been sexually assaulted and stuff like that. But in my mind, motorboat is like it's friendly, it's fun.
It's hysterical. You can motorboat me all day, and I will laugh.
I mean, I'm a
it's ridiculous.
And that's the whole thing is that
I typed in like motorboat and like actual like boating places come up.
But I believe the guy's first name was like Arturo.
Oh, something easy to spell.
Yeah, Arturo.
All right,
Arturo, whatever. Victor, New York.
Victor, New York.
Motorboat.
Boating.
And so that was the little piece of local news because I don't think that's ever going to be reported.
That is funny.
But
so was he like arrested? Probably arrested.
No, he was arrested. But I think he did it like a second time. Like he got away with the first time.
You got away with it. You run. You run after that. I can't find anything.
Yeah, it just blows my mind that like.
You got away with it. That's it. Cut your losses.
Yeah, you got away with it once. Enjoy it. Go home and put that in the spank bank.
That poor girl. Will never be the same. Especially that he's 43 too. It's kind of, and he was probably creepy looking.
Oh yeah, no, 43-year-old. You're not motorboating 19-year-olds if you're.
You're no stud.
If you're not
George Clooney walking in there and doing that. Oh.
So
that is great local news. I didn't hear that. Enjoyed that.
I'll find it.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, this is Cordero Ulloa, co-founder of the Live and Lame Podcast Network. Before you start this LLPN podcast, I wanted to show you listeners out there what else we have to offer here on the network. If TV and movies tickle your ear pussy, then check out Real Chat with Seth Parker, Alex Chittenden, and Cordero Ulloa. They cover news, casting rumors, trailers, and reviews, all with the excitement you'd expect out of a bunch of pop culture nerds. Just visit www.watchsomething.podbean.com. You can also get to know Chris Colon and Kristen Montrolo as they get to know each other on Two Strangers, One Podcast. Listen as these guys talk about celebrity gossip and reality TV, as well as interviews with George Christic, the creator of popular Disney cartoon Megas XLR, and Mike Zapsik and Ming Chen of AMC's Comic Book Men. Look for them at www.twostrangersonepodcast.com. If music is what you're looking for, check out The Breakdown, which features members of the Live and Lame Podcast Network talking about the artists, the tunes, and the albums that they enjoy and grew up with. You can check that out at www.rockhardpodharder.podbean.com. Interested in astrology, numerology? Join Joey Fox, Carrie Fox, and Foxy D in the Fox Den, where they talk about life, kids, and family, all infused with the brand of humor you've come to expect from us here at the LLPN. Enter the Fox Den at www.thefoxden.podbean.com. And last but not least, check out the granddaddy that started it all, Livin' Lame, featuring Dwight Graham, Cordero Ulloa, Joey and Carrie Fox, Seth Parker, Nick Doty, and Megan Phelps. Join the Lames every week as they talk about whatever the hell they want, from comics, games, and headlines to weekly segments such as Lame of the Week, Nude News featuring Mike Hawk, and FML with Seth Parker and Megan Phelps. You can prowl the lameness of the interwebs with the Lames at www.liveandlame.podbean.com, and you can follow us on Twitter at @liveandlame. You can find all of our podcasts on iTunes and Stitcher Internet Radio, which is a free app available to both Android and iOS users. You can also listen to your standard phone browser by adding /mobile to the end of any of our URLs. You can also find and like the pages for all of our podcasts on Facebook, as well as the Live and Lame Podcast Network page, which is the headquarters for all the Live and Lame Network podcasts on Facebook. Please don't forget to hover over the like button and click Show Newsfeed so you can see all of our updates. All of us here at the network would like to thank you for your continued listenership. Now please enjoy this Live and Lame Podcast Network podcast.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, wind-proof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
We're now returning to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Anything else you want to talk about or whatever?
Anchorman's getting a sequel. I don't know if you're a fan of Anchorman.
Oh yeah, no, I saw like the teaser trailer.
Oh, did you? That already came out?
Yeah, it's just like the 4 Anchormen walking.
Getting ready. Have they even? So they must have started shooting. Or is it just?
Honestly, I don't even think they started shooting.
I think so.
I think they have it. They're ready to start shooting, but they had all the guys there.
Why not do it? You
know, Will Ferrell. What's his face? The guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin. I love him to death.
Steve Carell.
Yeah, Steve Carell. The guy, the 4 anchor men.
Yeah.
And they're walking towards the screen, and they're all talking, and of course Steve Carell's the last one to talk, and he totally fucks up whatever he's supposed to say, I love Lamp, or whatever.
I love Lamp.
I love it. Steve Carell is fucking
down in
awesome.
my belly. Charlie Sheen show is already getting, have you seen it? I haven't seen
Is
it.
it out?
I think it's been a couple episodes, maybe I haven't, but it's already getting a second season.
Wow.
Without even playing, I don't know. Yeah.
So it's FX.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now, coincidentally, FX, today being my birthday, I had gotten a...
always got to bring up his birthday.
Yeah,
always got
my special day, goddamn. I'm sitting here fucking podcasting.
No
I should be out motorboating. I got a Sons of Anarchy shirt as one of my birthday gifts. I mean, I do like that about FX, that they do have, it shows that you're not going to catch on regular TV. And boy, do they push the fucking envelope.
They do, and I love it.
So you watch the show?
Not Anger Management.
No,
Sons of Anarchy.
You watch that? Yeah. I mean, like...
But FX just in general.
Okay, do you remember, like, Tibbs or Tig? I forgot which one it was. That was, like, fucking the home attendant?
No.
They went to go visit Jenna's father.
Okay.
And he has a home attendant. Now, I believe Jenna was on the run. And I forgot, I don't know if she's with Chibs or Tig. I think it was Tig. Because Tig is the one that also, they always allude to that her and Tig had some sort of history. Yeah. And like, they've kissed a couple times or whatever. So he's he's there keeping an eye on her. But Tig is also known to be like the horn dog. He fucks anything that moves. So Jenna's father has a home attendant, this like young, attractive Spanish chick. And
she's probably been motorboated.
And so Jenna hears like some weird noise, so she's already on the run, so she's worried that something's wrong. She opens the door and like takes this railing the fucking home attendant. But I mean like
they show it?
You see his pants are down, you see like the curvature of her ass and her leg, and he's ramming her. And now of course I know this is late night TV and it's cable because technically cable, you can do anything you like on cable. You can show nudity, well, you know, to a point. You can have cursing. They just have decided to tone it back so they could have a more broader band advertising.
Yeah.
You know, their censorship is self-imposed. Because when you're paying for cable, you're allowed to say fucking shit and show titties and you know, up to a point before it gets X-rated and all this other shit.
Until it has to go to Showtime or something.
Yeah, but I mean that particular scene
was a little racy.
It was like and like I understand actors are actors, and I don't know how you can film that scene without.
They were really penetrating.
No, I don't think they're really penetrating, but you know,
without getting a boner.
Obviously, you know. Because I know they have what they call the modesty pouch, which is basically like a drawstring bag you put your dick in, you know, and
keep it down.
But I don't know what women have. I mean, I guess a thong, but without one side showing, you know, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only heard of what the guys have. So the women probably have nothing.
Or maybe, I mean, you know, you're an actor, you don't give a fuck or whatever.
Yeah,
you could, hey, that's my pussy. Who cares? But I mean,
everyone's seen one.
He's just like he's fucking railing her from behind, and like, and they show it, and I'm like. Because I'm so used to not seeing that that it just, you know, it took you away. Even on a racy show like Sons of Anarchy, you know, and that's a funny thing. You don't really see much sex, and you know, you can see a guy get fucking
everybody
brain splattered up against the wall.
But sex is very rare.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when they throw it in there every now and then, they really go all out with the little sex pouch.
Yeah, I love
little dick pouch.
I love that show. I mean, it's one of those shows that I kind of, in a good way, like, we've mentioned this before, I kind of wish they had a limited stay. Because now it's getting to the point where
they have, like, so many seasons, and it's like, there's nothing really to go on anymore.
It's going to fizzle out.
Episodes are getting boring.
Yeah.
I guess if you throw in a sex scene here and there, maybe it'll keep the viewers watching. But yeah, it's like they exhausted every outcome.
Yeah, it's, you know, not, you know, well, I mean, like in the second season they went to Ireland, or the third season they went to Ireland, and now, you know, then there's, you know, there were, you know, at first there was this big looming thing that, you know, Charming was going to get taken over, and then it wasn't taken. Well, I don't know if it's spoilers and.
Spoiler alert.
But and quite frankly, and I always say it, Sons of Anarchy is like The Sopranos, but about motorcycle gangs instead of the mafia. But the funny thing is, take a shot. I'll watch old Soprano episodes on A&E.
Yeah.
Holy shit, is that show boring.
Oh my god, especially like the last season.
Yeah.
It was like, and then it was supposed to have like the big finale, and people were like, really?
Yeah.
That was it? This is what I've been waiting for? It's just like it just went on too long.
Yeah, they stretch it out too long, and
it gets boring to people.
I know, I mean, the dynamic of the show was supposed to say, here's these guys who sometimes do extraordinary things, but here's their regular life, and it's supposed to be that dichotomy of, you know,
living the mob lifestyle. And
where one day you're chasing a guy in a wooded area, blowing his fucking head off, but then you also got to go, you know, for your wife's cousin's wedding and tolerate the family members you hate.
Yeah, it's supposed to do like the 2 lives, but it got like so boring, and people like were just watching at the end just to watch because. I mean, they put all this effort into watching it for this long.
Yeah, and
why give up now?
I remember The Sopranos was one of those few shows where it was a fucking event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People were like, oh, you're going to come to my house? I'm going to go to your house? And
it came on, I was probably in like high school, and I just remember like my grandparents were like, refused, like all like hardcore guys refused to watch it. They're like, it puts us in a bad light. Well, yeah, of course. There's mobs everywhere. Everybody knows it's not just Italians. Like, they're just doing this whole thing. And they were just like, it refused to watch it. And we were just like, well, whatever, we're watching it. We don't live under your roof.
And it's like, you know, it was a brilliant idea, but when you can't stretch brilliance out for too long, you know.
It just fizzles out. And I've had it.
And I know you're a fan of the show Lost, right? Were you? Or I
didn't watch it when it first came out.
Uh-huh.
I was just like, oh, whatever, Lost. Like, people were like diehards, and I was like, okay, I don't even know what it's about. I never got into it until 2 years ago when a friend of mine got Netflix and she was watching it. She's like, you have to watch it. I didn't realize what this show was like, and I watched it like through a span of a few months.
Yeah, no, I have
literally just watched it off of Netflix for a couple months. I was like, it is a good show.
And I have like a whole box set.
Yeah, and then the ending again, I was like so hyped up, and then not all of my questions were answered. And I was like, spoiler alert.
Spoiler, I'm about to get into it. They're
like
dead.
In heaven,
if a baby's born on an island, if the people are already dead.
Yeah, it got all to like, when did they die? Like, was it the first time they landed? When they came back?
Well, I think
they all the island. They had this. I don't know. Just when the ending came out,
the island was a purgatory, and they had to redeem themselves through their actions.
Yeah, bullshit.
It was.
It made me think too much.
A group delusion, even though they were all dead anyway.
But I liked like the first couple seasons there, when like literally every episode you would end in suspense. Like you're like, all right, I gotta watch next week.
Yeah, every episode was like, oh,
and so I was grateful that I didn't watch it when it first came out, because I would be pissed.
You have to wait till next week.
Yeah, I'd be like, what the hell? So I was glad I watched it on Netflix. I was like, all right, I got time for the next one.
And I actually got into it. I'm like you. I didn't watch it when it first came out. And actually, I was kind of like anti-Lost. I'm like, I'm not gonna get that.
Me too. I was like,
that's
okay, you guys go watch Lost while I go out.
That's for fucking sheep, and you guys, you're never gonna get the payoff. And
I didn't even know who was in it, like during the time, like.
Yeah, well, I mean, there really wasn't
any big names.
The only person I could think of.
I
mean, there's a lot of.
And
Michelle Rodriguez had a career before Lost.
And the Hobbit guy, what's his name?
And
Dominic Moynihan.
Dominic Moynihan.
Matthew Fox, maybe because he was in. Who was he in?
Well, I know he was in the Speed Racer movie, but I don't know if that really gives him that much nerd cred.
Like a teen one, like I don't know.
And it's
I'm making it up now.
And Patrick Moynihan, I mean, that
is
guy.
Dominic or Patrick?
I mean, Dominic. Where the hell did I get Patrick Moynihan? I think that's an old senator from New York from the 80s.
So the old senator, when he was in
Dominic Moynihan, to be in Lost, to be in fucking Lord of the Rings, and he was also in one of the X-Men movies.
Right.
So
he had like a legit career.
This guy doesn't have to work another day in his life.
Just go for Lost.
Because first and foremost, he could just spend the rest of his life going to sci-fi conventions.
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants real money.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know how these people, like, you must, like, kiss your agent on the mouth.
Sorry, Matthew Fox was in Party of Five. I knew there was, like, a younger crowd.
Oh, well, that's why it wasn't on my radar.
Would be into it, I feel. Like, they were younger at the time, and now they're...
Like, he was one of the main characters? That was about, like, kids that their parents were dead?
In 2000 he was in it, like 5 or 6.
Because that show, it was about
like the
5 kids with their parents were dead.
Yeah, it was a Party of 5.
Yeah, it was a party. See, now...
He was in a lot of episodes. I think he was in them all.
Okay.
Yep, he was.
See, and that shows you, once again,
I think like that...
giving my straight guy cred.
Yeah, like the younger crowd at the time that watched this, then once Lost came out, so now they're older, they followed this.
Okay.
Matthew Fox.
And, well, I mean, the only other thing I know him... The only thing I know him in also was he was in the Speed Racer movie.
Yeah, me too. No.
Hey, look, Speed Racer was directed by the guys who did the Matrix movies. Or should I say, not the guys who did... Because one of them had a sex change, right? The Wachowski brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
And
so they're not brothers anymore.
Yeah, so it's I guess just the Wachowskis.
Just the Wachowski.
And
Wachowski?
Wachowski, yeah.
Just the Wachowski.
And me being a nerd,
were you there for the operation?
The first Matrix movie.
I saw that. I didn't see the ones
after. Seriously, got to be one of the best movies in cinema history.
That was awesome. I didn't see the ones after it.
And 2 and 3 are like. I have to understand. I'm into the Matrix. I'm someone. I'm the key focused demographic.
Would you take the blue or the red pill?
The
colors.
Yeah, the blue pill is the one that.
I love that.
I'll
tell you what the blue pill does.
The blue pill, you wake up back in your bullshit life.
Okay.
And the red pill takes you down the rabbit hole.
I think he took the red pill.
Yeah, he took the red pill. And then there's the girl in the red dress. There's Red represents the excitement and blood. Now, I read, and I think I even have them downstairs, I must have read about 5 or 6 different books all about
the symbols
the Matrix and philosophy.
Oh, I'm sure
and there's a whole series out there of books. It's always something pop culture and philosophy.
Okay.
And it's kind of written by the same people, so it's like, I've read like Matrix and philosophy, The Simpsons and philosophy, Buffy the Vampire Slayer philosophy, Lord of the Rings and philosophy. I mean, these books are fantastic because they take real philosophy and
compare it to the
Now some of them were good, but the Matrix, since it's actually having philosophical questions, it was like, and then since that was so good, there was more than just one book, or there was other people stealing the idea and having their versions of it. I actually have a book called Taking the Red Pill. I'm pretty sure it's downstairs. And
that's cool.
And it's one of those things like, I guess the biggest question is, if you did have that choice,
what would you take?
If you had the option of going, like, it's fake, but it's safe, or knowing the truth, what would you do? And then, the character Cypher, where he's like, he wants to get put back in the Matrix, like he sells out Neo.
Right.
And he says, and he's eating the steak and he's like, I know this doesn't exist.
Right.
But if I put it in my mouth, it tastes, my brain is telling me it tastes delicious. Mm-hmm. Is that really a bad reality?
I'll take steak any day.
You'll take steak over reality.
I'll take steak.
And there's people
take steak over reality.
We as a society, and trust me, I understand that we're contributing. Right now, we're sitting here regurgitating pop culture.
Right, we're like, we hate it, but...
We hate it. We're part of the problem.
Yeah.
But, there are real problems in the world. There are people getting assaulted right now. There's people getting killed. There's people dying of disease. There's,
everything wrong is going on.
There's kids getting beaten right now as we talk, and we're sitting here talking about fucking movies. But, sometimes... the human mind can't live without distraction.
Some escape.
Or you'll go fucking crazy.
Oh,
now, there's the extreme where some people live in such a fucking world. If you live in a world, and I'm sorry, I know you're the reality person here, but if you live in a world where all you do is watch E! Network and...
That's not all I watch.
But I'm saying
I don't watch a lot of E!
There are people who put themselves in such a bubble that it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, that they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
my friends are like that, and we're like... Because either my friends are really cultured, like they actually know what's going on in the world, or they're just not at all. But there's a group of 6 of us, we're all really good friends. Like, we've been best friends for years, and it's like, how did us and our knowledge not rub off on you? How are you still you just don't get it? But I guess that's life. You gotta love them, and that's what makes us all different.
Yeah, that's what makes
love each other.
Well, you can't have. Then you'd have the most boring conversation in the world.
Like it just wouldn't. Yeah. We wouldn't be friends.
I like the Notebook. There's nothing. There's no conflict.
How much did you love the Notebook?
I loved it. The best movie I ever saw had nothing to do with. There's no such thing as a movie without conflict, or at least not a good movie.
Yeah. Well, it's just so happy and.
I like that dress. That's it.
But do you love the dress?
Movie over.
Yeah, I love the dress. Movie. Cut.
You got to have conflict. You got to have. And actually, I want to say it was Plato. Plato had. It's funny that even back then he had his version of the Matrix where he said.
Oh yeah, everything comes off of.
There was a guy.
Originate from there.
Yeah, there was a guy in a cave. He was born and raised in a cave and had no idea of the world outside the cave.
Yeah.
But he did see shadows of the people, like the sun would shine into the cave and there would be people outside the cave and he could see the shadows.
Why didn't he leave the cave?
He had no idea that there was something to leave.
Oh.
All he knew was the cave. So when he saw the shadows, he thought the shadows was reality.
Okay.
So, I mean, in a lot more complicated fashion, that's the Matrix.
Yeah.
The Matrix is the world that you see because you have no idea what's really going on.
Yeah.
And that's fucking badass, I'm sorry.
We might be in the Matrix right now.
Oh, don't get me started on those fucking $5 philosophers. When that movie first came out, and
everybody says,
maybe we're in the Matrix, yo.
We're in the Matrix. Everybody says it.
I hated.
What's his name? Nemo.
Neo?
His name Neo.
Oh my god.
Nemo's the fish.
Nemo's the fish. Now, if Nemo was in the Matrix, that would be a fucking awesome movie.
Everybody thought they were Neo for a minute. They're like, maybe this isn't real. Like acting like zombies and eating bath salts. This isn't real. This bath salt is good. You chomp on your face. It's not real.
And I don't know.
It's like,
I mean, no. There are
on your mind,
there are people. No, I mean, we are isolated to a point. Like, we've never, like, people in the Middle East.
There's so much chaos. Like, they see people die all the time. Like,
yeah, we have no idea
We're
about...
not exposed to that.
I mean, Rochester isn't the safest city in the world, but right now, we don't technically have to worry about bullets flying through this window right now.
Like, we're not exposed to that corruption.
Yeah, there's no helicopters flying overhead, not knowing if that's going to
every day for them.
equal an explosion. Yeah. So it's like, we are kind of
isolated?
We are kind of isolated. And not that that's a bad thing.
Right. Just in the fact that, like, yeah, I hear about all these stories over there and kids being killed and all that. Yeah, I know it, but I don't experience it. Like, I don't know it to the full effect. I get it, but I'm not emotionally attached to it.
And then plus also, you don't have to be there. You don't have to have bullets shot at you to know that you don't want to be there.
Exactly. I'm not rushing over there to help, okay? But it's like, I'm still isolated even though I know what's going on. Because I'm not there and I'm not emotionally attached to it. I think it's awful. Yeah. But
and then there's people on this planet that, there's people, that are so caught up in Kim Kardashian.
Exactly,
and
that's their life.
And Justin Bieber.
Like, Snooki's pregnant. Like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Don't worry about the baby, what sex it's going to be, the name. I mean, I'm not that bad, right? I have guilty pleasures of watching certain shows. Some of those, Kardashians, I'm so over. Mm-hmm. They gotta go, man. They gotta go.
Well, I mean, it's like,
there are
people who would say, that the control, that's like, like you spend 9 to 5 working for the man,
right?
And then you come home, and from 5 to 9, you're owned by the television set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're serving a whole different master,
right?
We're
never independent.
Yeah, and why are you working? Because you got to pay the rent,
right? I got to pay for the cable bill.
Why?
Watch my E-Network.
Yeah. And why are you watching E-Network? Because you're so stressed at work, you need something to come home and veg out in front of. It's a fucking. It's an evil fucking cycle.
Yeah, there's actually just I don't know if it was yesterday. You know how Kanye, you're gonna love this. How Kanye and Kim Kardashian are dating now. Here we go with that power couple. So I guess somebody hacked in, quote unquote. I don't know if it really happened. That's what Kanye's saying. Hacked into Kanye's Twitter account. Uploaded this photo, and it's of a girl from the back sitting on the bed, but she's like eating from like the hotel cart, like the food. And it's like a skinny girl, fat ass, black hair, looks just like Kim Kardashian. So everybody's saying it's her, but now some porn star came ahead and said, no, that's actually me. And but I don't know, it really looks like Kim Kardashian. Yeah. But that was breaking news on the TV. I think it was yesterday. And I was like, really? This girl's butt crack I'm looking at right now. And this is breaking news.
I mean, I mentioned it earlier almost as a joke. That guy, Congressman Wiener.
Oh, yeah. He was a man.
He took a picture of his dick in his underwear.
He was very well endowed.
But at first, he said, someone hacked into my account.
Everything's always hacked.
And
I mean, it generally looks, because you can only see like part of the face, like her head's just a little bit turned. It looks like Kim Kardashian. But it also looks like the porn star that came out.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's so many porn stars that look like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, it also looked like that. So I don't know if it actually is from his phone. Everything's always being hacked nowadays.
Yeah, it's...
Sorry, Kanye.
And hey, that's...
Calling him Kim Ye now. I thought you would like that.
Kim Ye? Oh, God. And let me tell you,
just love that news.
It's sad that I even know anything about fucking Kanye West.
Oh, it is. And I find it so ridiculous, but it's everywhere.
Because you know what it is? Kanye West is like that spoiled rich kid.
Oh, yeah. Act like he had the hard life.
Like, that like...
What was like a professor?
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, he wants to be... He's like the spoiled rich kid who'll go down to the ghetto and act like he's down.
Act like he grew up there and with his fur coat.
Yeah, and it's, it just, I look at him and just looking at him irritates the fuck out of me. I just like...
He's so arrogant, too.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing.
He's never humbled by anything. It's just he deserves everything he gets.
I mean, it's always like it's always like third-party stories, but like, yeah, he's like a spoiled brat. Yeah. And he wants the world to love him. He thinks he's
entitled to everything.
Yeah. And, that stupid Gold Digger song, I mean, yes, I preface this by saying, I try to keep my finger on the pulse of pop culture. So obviously, that song was big enough that it crossed my path.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like we mentioned before in the past, like Mos Def. Nothing Mos Def musically has ever crossed my path.
I've never really heard anything from him.
But
I see him on the big screen a lot.
but like a Kanye West, okay, he was famous enough where he had that song. I mean, the first hit or whatever that I know he had that song called like Through the Wire.
Yeah, like that was
about
his
him
with
like
his jaw, whatever.
Breaking his
jaw, something stupid.
And I guess obviously he's famous enough that someone who's not into that music,
you know who he is.
I know who he is. But like, he has. I don't think you used the perfect word. He feels entitled. Entitled to be famous, and
like everybody should bow down to him. He gets what he wants.
Yeah, and he's not. And
you're not Kanye.
And not to mention that his great big song. First of all, he didn't even sing the fucking hook. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jamie. No, the Gold Digger.
Oh, right.
The hook is Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Doing
and then if I look, I don't know the full origins, but I'm pretty sure that's probably they're singing some sort of old jazz or blues song. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like Jamie Foxx re-sang it, but I'm pretty sure that's from an old.
I think it's Ray Charles, isn't it?
Is it Ray Charles? I don't know.
I thought. I'm sorry if I'm making that up.
Yeah.
But no, all of his songs are like that. They're all from something else, and he totally just he raps a little bit.
It's repurposed.
Yeah.
And
it's like you're real creative. Like no, you're just doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Taking somebody else's music, doing a quick line or two.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's not creative to me. Like Jay-Z, I thought was creative.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's creative in what he does. I don't know who else. I'm not really that big into, but like he literally all of his songs. Are just like
it's kind of like we were talking about earlier, like these guys who are rappers, real gangsters don't talk shit.
Right.
And Jay-Z in his early stuff raps about how much he used to sling cocaine and heroin and crack and all this other stuff. Now, Jay-Z and Beyonce spent like a night in the Lincoln bedroom.
Did they really?
Yeah, after Barack Obama got, and I'm not like this. I actually support Barack Obama. I'm not like this racist, like whatever.
I actually called Barack Obama the Kardashian of presidents because he's with all these celebrities.
Those celebrities love him, and he's a Democrat, and trust me, I am not riding that wave. I'm not Fox. And I'm not CNBC. I actually support Barack Obama.
It was actually, sorry, for the Gold Digger, it's Ray Charles, I Got a Woman. So what? And I think it was Jamie Foxx.
It was Jamie Foxx singing it. The whole thing is that the one catchy part of the song, in my opinion,
it's not even Kanye.
It's not even Kanye. It's, first and foremost, it's something that's for all intents and purposes sampled.
Yeah.
And then redone over. So it's like,
I'm sorry, you were going on about the Lincoln bedroom.
Yeah, so...
Before I cut you off so rudely.
Now, I would... call me silly, call me idealistic. I would think that if someone's going to spend the night in a Lincoln bedroom, then I'm pretty sure they're really, really, really investigated by the Secret Service.
Oh, absolutely.
Now...
would they let somebody like Jay-Z...
Would they let a guy who was legitimately...
a drug dealer,
slinging, or to use his vernacular, slinging
and his past,
Marcy Projects and also the bullshit. And
if he wasn't a rapper, would they let him stay there?
Yeah, like no, but I'm just here's a guy whose songs are basically bragging about his criminal past,
right?
And actually, the way if you really listen to the lyrics, not criminal past, criminal present also, like he's still doing it. And yet he gets to spend the night in the White House. So my point is I think the Secret Service investigated him, shows that he's not doing anything like that,
right?
And can spend the night
and he's not
in the Lincoln bedroom. Like you're just full of you are a.
Well, you would like to think the Secret Service did that.
You're painting a picture now.
Right
now, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not like it's one thing. Like, I'm not saying, Robert De Niro's a mafioso.
Right.
He's not.
He's in all these mob movies, so you're gonna...
He plays one in a movie. He does it well.
Yeah.
And
And like, what's his name? Oh my God. Say hello to my little friend. Al Pacino. Like, I'm not saying
yes. I mean, you can say, well, why are you coming down hard on Jay-Z? Well, shouldn't you be coming down on Robert De Niro? No, but like
Jay-Z raps about it, and it's actually that
he's talking like I'm in the first person, like I did this and I did that, and now the one thing I do have to say, and this is I have I've been just give me one, yeah.
I've actually seen one of those where Jay-Z actually did commit a crime in one of the things.
Uh-huh.
And I actually heard what he was saying, but he just put Beyonce in it. He put Beyonce in the song even though Beyonce did nothing. I saw a video where the cops were chasing after him because he stole something.
Yeah, well, the video is a different story. I mean, he's claiming that he has this criminal history and criminal past, and he did all this stuff. And then, at the very least, let's just say he never was caught. Now he's basically bragging about
not being caught.
That I've never been caught.
Like Biggie. Biggie used to.
Well, all these guys.
I mean, they all. That's how they made a living as kids.
Puff Daddy, he tried to keep
Diddy or Diddy.
P Diddy or Diddy or Puff
Sean
Diddy
Combs,
or
Mr. Combs.
That guy. He recently came out with a story that was like, he said he tried slinging dope for an afternoon.
And didn't work out.
Realized how dangerous it was and it stopped. Now, he's saying that first part to try to keep some sort of street cred.
Right. Yeah, I tried it.
He went to fucking NYU, if I'm not mistaken. I hardly think any hardcore...
went to NYU. And then now his son got this big uproar about his son getting the full scholarship UCLA football.
Oh, that I don't know about.
Yeah, his son got it a couple weeks ago.
But you know what?
But I think if the son earned it, go ahead.
Look, there are tons of rich people, way before Sean Combs that
they got scholarships.
The parents have money. They excel in school because the parents want. The school wants daddy's money.
Right. Yeah.
Diddy's money, daddy's money.
You'll pass.
Diddy daddy.
You want a scholarship? Yeah. So there's a whole. I see it both ways. I mean, I see, this guy, Diddy can pay for his tuition. Mm-hmm. And now the scholarship is taking away from somebody who couldn't. I see it that way, but I also see if this kid earned it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he could. I don't know. I don't
know the situation.
But, it's just like these people that they feel they need to have some sort of street cred by bragging about criminal activity.
Right.
And that shows you how fucked up and warped this country is. Now, don't get me wrong.
Like, they need to be accepted, so let's go out and... It's like being initiated in a gang, almost.
Yeah, now, and it was... Oh, I forgot what movie it was. It might have been... I think it might have been... I know it sounds funny, maybe even one of the Friday movies, where, it's one thing, yes, I was born in the ghetto. I was raised in the ghetto. And, that's, well, okay. And not that it's not something to be proud of. Like, I'm proud because I lived and I survived the ghetto.
That's something to be proud of. You got out, you did something with yourself.
I got through it. Not glamorizing and glorifying criminal activity.
What you had to do.
I mean, I goofed around and fell off a truck.
Right.
But,
they're glamorizing and making it like this is how you have to get through. This is the only way you'll survive. And that's not true.
And then it's lies. It's obvious lies.
So now you're just lying about being a criminal, acting like that's the cool thing to do.
Yeah, and it's sad.
And it sends a horrible message to kids that are actually living there.
Yeah, there's kids who are listening to music who don't know any better, think it's real.
Because that's their role model is who they're listening to.
Yeah.
So they're going to listen to that.
And society's so fucked up because, mom and dad are too busy working 40-hour weeks and trying to make ends meet that they're not there for the kids. So the TV that's turned on 24 hours a day, and the internet that's turned on 24 hours a day, and the phone that's turned on 24 hours a day, these kids are being bombarded with the wrong fucking message. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said...
Stand up for the kids, Chris.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I was raised in the ghetto.
Oh, yeah.
That's not...
What does that even mean?
And they kind of, glamorize it, sort of. Yeah. Like, I don't even know. Exactly. Like, if you want to survive, you have to sell drugs, or else that's it. You have to kill people to get by. Or else, that's it. It's where you're going to stay. If you want to get money, this is what you got to do.
Yeah,
and that's not even true.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It bothers me that that's the message they're putting out there.
Right.
It's and like I said, I mean, if Jay-Z could spend a night in the Lincoln bedroom, that means he
wasn't as hard.
That means he was investigated. You know what I'm saying? Because I doubt, Now, of course, don't get me wrong. The Kennedys. Back in their day,
the Kennedys have their own.
They were bootleggers, and bootleggers were the drug dealers of their time.
They got more freaking corruptness in their family than...
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure Washington, D.C. is filled with white-collar criminals.
Oh, absolutely.
But you are not letting a quote-unquote thug...
a straight-up thug.
Thug, who...
Spend the night.
I don't know if you're trying to, I was a thug, now I'm a businessman.
Now I'm...
And one thing, and Jay-Z has been accused of, and like I said, I mean, I know this stuff because I worked in jail, I used to read I used to read the hip-hop magazines.
Yeah.
Only because I was bored and there was nothing else there.
Oh my God, when you're bored and working, you read the most ridiculous stuff.
And, people accused Jay-Z of dumbing down his lyrics.
Okay.
And that's crazy. The funny, Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from Jay-Z because he obviously is a very shrewd businessman.
Yeah.
You know, and he wants to paint the picture that, I'm a thug that was shrewd from day one.
Yeah.
You know, I think he was always a shrewd businessman. He portrayed this fucking image that he was a thug.
And
you know what I'm saying?
that was image worked for him. And
yeah. And maybe he did dumb down his lyrics. Yeah. You know, because you have to cater. You have to cater to the idiots. Because unfortunately, there's more idiots out there than there are people who have a fucking brain in their head. So if you...
They're the ones always overpopulating everything. God forbid we use protection.
And it's the idiots who are buying albums. It's the idiots who will believe anything these people say.
Right. They don't think... Yeah. I agree with you on that.
And so, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Jay-Z being a shrewd businessman.
But he knows who to cater to.
Yeah. And it's disgusting that there's people who will follow a person who claims to be a criminal.
Right.
It's disgusting. I don't know.
It's very mixed messages.
Yeah. And we hit the 1 hour. We've gone a little past the 1 hour mark.
The usual. Don't be a stranger.
Well, no, that's at the end of the episode. I still have to
say that's Chris's line. All right.
I still have to pay. No, you can say it. I don't. I just have to pay some bills here.
Do your plug.
What do you mean pay some bills?
Well, doing this podcast isn't free. A new plug for my laptop isn't free. 8 gigs of RAM isn't free. Paying for the server space for this for the podcast isn't free.
Life isn't free.
Life isn't free, goddammit.
Yeah, life is free.
Advertising the show isn't free.
Well, being born is free.
No, it isn't. So you get the bills from the hospital. Yeah. So time to pay some bills. Please visit www.doublejackpot.us. Please visit www.doublejackpot.us. It's basically your link central. First and foremost, you could buy my book, Double Jackpot, and coming soon, my second book, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, will be coming out. There are links to our eBay page, where you can buy comic books, heavy metal video games, when I say heavy metal memorabilia. There's links to our Twitter account. Hopefully soon there'll be links to our Facebook page, for updates on the show. You know, there's a sample of the book. There's a sample of I wrote a whole script for the show, Big Bang Theory, to give you a taste of my writing. Check it out if you like it. Buy my book. And that's pretty much it. www.doublejackpot.us. We really hope that you guys enjoy listening to the show as much fun as we had making it. So once again, you want to say goodbye, Jack?
Bye.
All right. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled Colon.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia's spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin, that's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonePodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.